The Somerset Ghosts speaks to a spirit that is reported to reside in the town of Somerset in rural Pennsylvania and consists of a few thousand homes. Rather than being attached to a particular house, it would appear to be attached to a particular family. The people involved are Mr. and Mrs. Manners, with son and daughter, who were and are typical Pennsylvania small-town people. The occult was familiar to Mrs. M, as she was born with what is known as second sight, which is the ability to see things before they actually happen. It is also known as precognition. She saw before her son was struck by a rattlesnake. He lived, and prior to when her sister was dying. The Manners bought a stately old home in Somerset and were pleasantly surprised when they paid below market value, the house having been for sale for an extended period of time. However, from the very first, Mrs. M felt uncomfortable in the house, but being practical, she shrugged it off. The feeling persisted that she was being watched by some unseen force at all times, day and night, and her nerves began to tense under the strain. An uncanny feeling wakened her at 2 a.m. each morning. She first saw the ghost one morning while preparing breakfast, and she happened to glance up, and there, immaculately dressed, stood a man. The stranger, she noticed, wore shiny black shoes, navy blue pants, and a white shirt. She even made out his tie, saw it was striped, and went on to observe the man's face. The spirit was so clear that she could make out the way the man's snowy white hair was parted. She informed her husband, and he, not being a believer, laughed. The next day, Mrs. M saw a less solid female spirit move by her past the refrigerator, and soon after she found some type of cold, clammy web envelop her, and a strange scent of flowers was also present, which followed her from room to room. Her husband smelled it also, and he stopped laughing. Soon after, doors began to open, no matter how often they were closed and locked. Mrs. M queried a neighbour about the occurrences, to which the neighbour stated, "It's them all right." The old man had died there, and his widow was eventually died in the house also. She had loved flowers and had filled the house with them. Because of the physical manifestation and the doors opening and lights going on and off, it was thought that the ghost was a poltergeist, perhaps strengthened by the energy of the 14-year-old boy in the house. The local minister was invited to the house, and having known the old man and woman, he prayed for their souls to move on. It didn't work. Mrs. M saw a bloodied, injured ghost trying to ascend the stairs while reaching out for help. This finally upset Mrs. M to the point of screams, and at this point decided to vacate the house in a hurry. The family moved into a trailer elsewhere in town. Very soon the scent of flowers was noticed in the trailer, and it was feared that the poltergeist had followed the family. They sold the trailer and once again bought a newer house. A few months later, they again noticed the scent of flowers, accompanied this time by the smell resembling burnt matches. A smoky form materialized in the house, which vaguely resembled a human shape. The scent would not leave, and they could not keep moving. It was decided that they would simply have to learn to live with these paranormal occurrences. As time went on, and the boy outgrew his teenage years, the happenings lessened, but didn't stop entirely. Thank you.